Daniel Jones with another turnover. I mean, it's so predictable. I'm watching it with people.
Max.
I say it out loud. Here comes the turnover. You know it's coming. Jones has 40 turnovers and 18 fumbles lost since entering the league in 2019. Both are the most in the NFL over that span. Your biggest overreaction to our beloved New York Football Giants loss.
Key, I found myself yesterday on the couch drinking a Modelo, wondering how would our team be if we brought Pat Shurmur back? I'm just watching him dice up our defense. So him as the OC.
Right. He is the OC.
Oh, yeah, he was OC, dicing up our defense left and right. And then I'm watching Daniel Jones, and I'm thinking, because obviously I got Evan Wilner in my head, and we're talking about the Jets, and we're talking about Sam Darnold, and we're talking about Zach Wilson. And I'm sitting there saying, man, is this going to be the same scenario with the Jets that's happening with Daniel Jones? Like, we're watching the same exact playbook happen. Like, the offense is limited due to his turnover-prone capabilities to a degree. It doesn't feel like Jason Garrett's playbook is that creative offensively. We have a bad offensive line. It just seems like we're going down the road. The same thing is going to happen that's happened with the Jets. Like, I'm going to end up watching Daniel Jones on another team somewhere else one day with a better offensive system in place. I'm going to watch him shine. That's how I felt yesterday.
At least Jason Garrett's smart, Ivy League guy.
I don't think – listen, that play calling, Key, is the most obvious offense.
It's uncreative.
I know what's coming from my couch.
The worst.
Thank you.
It's the worst.
You know what? Here's my overreaction, and this was before the draft. I have now seen enough Daniel Jones. Key, I know how you feel about this, and I think he has a chance under the right circumstances to maybe be a solid NFL quarterback, a good quarterback. But we're in year 4 of Gettleman 3 of Daniel Jones.
It's fine. Oh, Max is only.
I wanted Justin Fields. You know why?
Well, you ain't getting Justin Fields.
But I want, should the Giants be looking for a quarterback? I'm not saying you reach for one and try and invent one if he's not there. I think, Drew Lock could be. No, I'm talking about you see a dude where you think that dude's a baller. Go get him. Because I don't think this is it.
Here's what they should do, Buttercup. Here's what they should do.
He's talking to you, Jay.
He was looking at you, by the way.
If they have some reservation on Daniel Jones, what you then go and do is you don't go draft another guy. You don't do that. What you go and get is a throwaway you go get a Jameis Winston. And then,
a reclamation project.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But I was trying to think of somebody out there that's like go and get.
You have to wait for them to show up. You can't just invent them.
Think, who could you? I was going to say like a Jared Goff.
Tyrod Taylor, if Deshaun Watson were to somehow get back on the field
Yes, but he may be a little longer in the tooth. You go and get you a Marcus Mariota or a Ryan Tannehill that replace Marcus Mariota.
Right.
And that's what you do.
A guy who was once thought a lot of, who showed some promise,
but
couldn't get the consistency.
Who's out there that's left like that in the league?
Well, it's like talking about the hot seat. The hot seats have already been replaced, right? We got to wait for the seats to heat up again. We got to wait to see who might be available.
What quarterback would
Cam Newton.
Yeah, but that's different. That's different. That's different. I mean,
but
a guy that's got 3 to 4 years in the league, like a Jameis Winston that a team doesn't want. You go and get one. There's not anybody in my universe right now that I can think of.
Garoppolo might be available.
Here we go.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
So for some reason, but the problem with Jimmy Garoppolo is if he leaves San Francisco, he's going somewhere to start. See, Ryan Tannehill went to Tennessee to back up. Jameis Winston went to
He's got to
New
kind of be
Orleans
perceived as a bust given his high draft pit status.
Sort of,
but he can play.
But the problem, you still have
That's Daniel Jones.
You still have the same old line problem, regardless if you fix a quarterback who's more agile in the pocket. Like you still, even watching Saquon Barkley, and I understand limited carries key to a degree, but he couldn't get anything.
But what this does for you, though, Jay, is it buys you time to be sure that Daniel Jones is not the guy. I'm just going to let's narrow it down to just Tennessee.
Okay.
What Tennessee did is they signed Ryan Tannehill because they were not 100% sure on Marcus Mariota. Remember, Marcus Mariota had taken him to the playoffs, but they were not sure about him. The moment he got hurt, Tannehill came in, and all of a sudden it was like, man, just here, hold this for me a little bit. I want you to stay warm. Stay over there and stay ready. Just stay ready. And Tannehill kept going. And they was like, well, That's our guy.
The issue is
That's what you need.
The guy you're describing is Daniel Jones. If the Giants moved on from him, he would be that guy for another team.
But there's gotta be another guy.
Trubisky was a guy like that, I guess.
That would be a guy.
Right.
I don't want Mitchell Trubisky. No.
You found him.
I don't want Mitchell Trubisky on the
but
Giants.
what he is talking about.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Found him. That could have been the Giants instead of it being the Bills.
But Max, it's easy little things.
You hit it right on the Trubisky.
Max, we talked about this when he was running the ball. You saw the defense about to collapse. Slide.
What did he do?
He tucked it and he tried to cradle, tried to punch
out.
through.
By the way,
punched out.
And by
why?
the way, don't start with me because like Seattle picks up his name. Gabe Jackson is the guy I'm thinking about for a 5th round pick. Offensive linemen are everywhere. Gettleman been there, season 4, still looking for his hog mollies. Get out of here with that. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.